Welcome to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, the place where you never know who's going to show up, and we have a multitude of guests. Speaking of which, well, gee whiz, who could that be? No one.
Hey! I found these really cool puppets, but I'm not sure what to do with them.
Well, what should we do?
A puppet show.
Awesome!
Yes!
My dear friends, it's me, FDR, and we finally established the New Deal. It's the most comprehensive work plan in our nation's history. And to help me, I called up my good friend, Henry Hopkins. Hello, Mr. President. We'll organize government-subsidized agencies to put the unemployed back to work. Good. And I know the perfect person for the drama project, the Federal Theater Project, Hallie Flanagan.
That's me! I was sworn in as director of the Federal Theater Project. However, prior to my work in the Federal Theater Project, I was the first woman awarded the Guggenheim Fellowship. I traveled across Europe for 14 months and was able to study with such greats as Pirandello and Stanislavski himself. I became very fond of the Russian theater during my travels, and it was this relationship which ultimately caused people to think that I and the Federal Theater Project had communist values.
The train's coming! The train's coming! The train's coming!
The train coming!
Our town had a Great Depression in the 1930s. People lost jobs, struggled for food, and the economy was in shambles. FDR, our president at the time, signed off on the New Deal and really got things rolling. On May 6, 1935, the WPA was created, putting people back to work. And on August 29, 1935, Hallie Flanagan was appointed the director of the Federal Theater Project. The FTP came to an end in 1939 when its funding was terminated. In its existence, the FTP put on hundreds of productions divided into all kinds of sections, including classical, entertainment, youth, dance, New American, Negro, research, and radio.
Well, gee willikers, who could that be? Well, how are you?
Well, howdy there, neighbor. You know, I thought I heard you talk about the Federal Theater Project.
I certainly was.
Well, you know, I have myself a nifty little song to help you remember all the states that were involved. Would you like to hear it?
How about you come on in and sing it for
Well,
us?
sure. 33 nifty United States that took a part in the FTP. 33 nifty places involved, including the capital, Washington, D.C. Each individual place contributed a quality that was great. Each individual place helped the project out. We salute them now. 33 nifty United States that took a part in the FTP. Shout 'em, scout 'em, tell all about 'em, one by one, till we've given a day to every place in the USA. Alabama, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, Virginia, Washington, Wisconsin, and D.C.
Well, gee willikers, who could that be? Well, if it isn't Miss Katrina.
Oh, hey. I was just stopping by to see if you wanted to finish that game of Monopoly we started yesterday.
Well, gee whiz, of course I do.
All right, let's go.
I don't remember where we were. Where were we?
I think I was just about to buy another place, or another house for Boardwalk and Park Place. I'll go ahead and pay the bank. Here, put one of those on there for me.
All right, I can do that.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Of course. Well, Monopoly was originally created during the to mimic the economic downturn of the era during the Great Depression.
Oh.
It's actually the same economy note that produced over $2 million for the Federal Theater Project.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it did so in only 4 years by charging small fees of like 10 or 25 cents for shows where the higher class were attending more.
But wasn't the Federal Theater Project shut down in 1939?
It was. Even though it was the only part of the WPA to ever turn a profit in the worst economic part of U.S. history, it was shut down after being accused of being counterproductive and a wasteful part of the WPA.
Isn't that a shame?
Well, it wasn't all about the money, though. Flanagan was apparently accused by the House of Un-American Activities Committee for being a leftist and pushing communist propaganda.
Was that true?
Who knows? Well, either way, Orson Welles once said that the Federal Theater Project is the very lifeblood of the stage. It's a pity it didn't last longer. Could have been something larger.
Totally.
Is it your turn or mine?
I think it's yours.
All right.
Well, neighbors, it's been a crazy day here in the neighborhood. And of course, we've had some crazy guests, and they've told us all about the Federal Theater Project. And because of that, it's about time for me to leave. All right, neighbors. See you later. Now this is a story all about how the FTP got off the ground. And I'd like to take a minute, don't tune me out. There's going to be some sick knowledge coming out my mouth. Crazy days. The Great Depression took down the rate of pay. People unemployed up to 25%. What used to cost $1 cost 3 months. Still a good president, FDR, you see, started making changes in his policy. He said if today's economy has got you hurt, the WPA will put you back to work. He called for a change with his new deal, and Henry Hopkins worked like he was making a meal. He needed people to do all that he can, so he thought for a minute. Yo, hey, how do we play again? He said, up the Federal Theater Project till she made the profit.
Yo, homes, check it later!
The only theater running government funds was dismantled because of communist funds.